So what we've actually got here, we've got our login form, and obviously what you've done is you've made a label for the title. Don't forget that the difference between the label and the text box is that whenever we actually go to view, that a text box is something that's going to be typable. If it's a label, I'm not going to be able to click on that. I'm not going to be able to type in that. So what I've got, as I said, is we've got some text boxes for the username and the password, and then we've got this little option box. If you've done the option box right, what should actually happen is that it should give the ability to flick between these, but never the possibility that either 0 of them are actually ticked or both of them are actually ticked. So it will toggle between the two. So what do we really want to happen at this point is we want that whenever we click submit, that what it's going to do is it's going to, first of all, check whether we are a member or a trainer, first of all. And if we are a member, then check up the members table to see if this username and password combination actually exists. If we're a trainer, we check up the trainers table to see if that username and password combination really exists. So therefore, if the user is a valid member, that this should direct them to what I have here as the booking form. And if they're a trainer, it should direct them to the main menu, which will give access to the queries, which you'll do at a later point. Pause. Okay, right. So the other thing to watch out for, and this, if you're going to do this properly, is also that once somebody clicks submit, that before we do anything, we should actually check that the boxes have actually been filled in. Now this one always will have a default value, therefore that one we don't need to worry about, but we do need to check that actually somebody has actually bothered to put in a username and password in the first place. So if they've left one of those out, there's not really much point in running the query to find if they are actually a valid member. Okay? So how we're going to do that is we're going to go to create, and we're going to create one of these macros. Okay? And so as I said, the order that we're going to do things in is, first of all, we're going to check that the username and password are actually filled in. So what we'll do is we'll actually, from the drop down, because we're checking to see if these things are happening, we've obviously got one of these if statements in here. So what are we actually looking for? I can go to Builder, and I can just open up this. This allows me to actually access any of the fields from the form. So if you go to Forms, all forms, FRM login, you'll see that because I correctly named TXT username and TXT password, that they're there for me to be able to use now. Now, I think we encountered it before, but the actual command to check if something is there's no entry for, it's actually is null. So if we go is null, oops, like that. So is null, and then so what I can do is if I click on this, so txt username, close my bracket. So all I've done there is basically I've said is null, and then selected by double-clicking txt username. Now bear in mind that I only need one of these to be empty for us to kind of to not proceed, to not go forward. And so therefore, in that case, I'll use or. I'll just say or, just for the sake of making it easy to look at, I'm just going to skip to the next line. So is null, I'll just double-click on it, and then again, txt password. So double-click on it. I don't know why that EXPR thing came in there. Don't want that. So I'll just just read the same way as the top one actually does. Right there and there. Right. Okay. So what I've got is that basically, if either of these two things are empty, right? Like that. Well, we'll do it again. Alright. Is null. Password. Right, there we go. That should be it. Okay. And there we go. Right. So now that's gone in as my expression in there. So what do I want to happen? If it is no, then basically what I want to do is I'm going to, so if I roll across here, you can see actually what's happening. So it says if either of these are empty, then what I should do is I should do a message box to say, sorry, you've left something out. So message box, type, I'll just change to warning, and I'll just say title, missing, the message being, please enter username or, sorry, and password, should I say. And then the second thing that should happen, so if I add another option down here, the second thing that should happen is at this point I should just stop the whole macro, because basically I don't want to proceed if this situation occurs. So if it's empty, I don't want to proceed. So I can just go stop macro. So if I want to test that out, I'm going to save it. I'm going to go MCR. I'm just going to call this submit, and I click OK. So I'll close it down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, in design view, on submit, I'm going to go to the properties, and I'm going to go to the event, and where it says on click, I can link up this MCR, which is the macro, to submit. So if I save, let's see what my form is going to do now when I actually go to view it. So I've got some empty fields, submit, boom, it says please enter a username and a password. And at that point, as you see, that I just go back to the actual login screen because I haven't went any further, because that stop that I put in there actually just cancelled the whole thing. So the thing is, I can actually skip past this bit where I stop the macro, obviously if these things are filled in, okay? Now, I won't get that message if these things are actually filled in. So there's a couple of things I have to do now, and the next thing that I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to work out whether or not that we're actually dealing with a member or a trainer. So that will be in the next little section that we do.
Oh yeah, well, if you've already done it, then the option boxes.